So, welcome back to a little update video for today. I will put SPY in here because with the SPY section today, I don't make a separate video for it. As always, I'm using this method here. I made a standalone video with an own playlist where you can look it up, what everything means, and I will put a link at the end of the video to it. But for some reason, I can't put it at the beginning of a YouTube video. So, let's start with SPY today. Yeah. It was another day of just spring action. As always in the last week, a bullish and a bearish version. As always, this doesn't matter if you go up or down. I don't take the credit for it because this spring action is just bullshit right now. I mean, it's quite interesting that we're not breaking the uptrend. So I am still leaning to upside. So for the bullish version, we still have the price target up there. And I would imagine Wednesday's Fed meeting. So latest Wednesday, maybe doing tomorrow nothing. Or we're already breaking out tomorrow. For the bullish version, this would be now your B. And this would be a B pullback. And next thing is running up somewhere in here. This would be a small C, your middle A, and after that, you will do the 0.5 pullback and most likely a retest of this wedge. So what could this confirm this? So first of all, 30-minute. Let's look at the RSI. Oversold as fuck. 1 hour, oversold. 2 hour, in the bounce already. So that is looking good. Let's look at VIX. The point at VIX right now, you see this gap here? So if you're really doing this run, I would imagine we're just doing this. For the bullish version. Also here, for the RSI, we are already in the downturn. On the 1 hour, we are extremely overbought already. So yeah, looks good. Let's look at Bitcoin. Also interesting, because for the bullish version, this was still your T. This is your V under A. We would already have done our high low. This would be already our A. This would be already our A peak, A pullback. And you can look for the 0.5, or for crypto, it's the 0.618 most of the time. Looks perfect. And we didn't break the uptrend here. And for RSI, bouncy. The 2 hour too. Yeah, the 2 hour we might have still a little bit of thing left, but crypto, yeah. On the 1 hour we already in the bounce already. So yeah, for SPY, I still leaning bullish. The bearish alternative would mean this is still your B, and this on Friday was our little C and our middle A peak. And this here would have been already our lower high today. That would mean most likely tomorrow you go up. You're not breaking over 687. This would be your M. and you start this wedge again. You go down, you come up, T, and then you fall. And if this is A, then our pullback target is still now 668, 689. We broke over the wedge. We shouldn't do that, but for an alt, you still have to think that. So if we're really doing this tomorrow and rejecting somewhere in this range here, and even pull down, that would be bearish. That would be really bearish. If it's just doing, I don't know, something like this, that would be fucking bullish. So let's see. Let's see what the day is bringing us tomorrow. And for VIX, for the bearish alternative, if this is your T, then this would be your V. Right now, you would look for a higher low. So you would still most likely getting this pullback, maybe even gap filling. That would be the little run-ons by. But then you would break upside. Because the knife to 668, you need more from VIX to do this. And for Bitcoin, well, for Bitcoin, that would mean that most likely this was your T. And that would mean you still have to go down, at least under this level here. And then V, higher low. Maybe you still have the chance to go up. So that's the bullshit right now. I can track both things. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay. High-craft mining. Not really a change. A lot of sold news. Blah, 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 blah. But if you look at it, nothing changed. Our target is still 30. And after that, the big pullback. Still looks fantastic. Beyond. So here our Beyond chart. What did we do today? So Monday and not a big run up. So we're still in the A pullback. What have we done today? Well, we came down to the 0.5. Right now, we bounced on the 0.5 perfectly. So A pullback could be finished. Next way is upside. For an alternative right now, I don't have one. Just because we already broke our T. So we just have to finish this A pullback. And if we look back to our first run, I right now have to imagine that we did this today. So maybe most likely the whole week we are doing this little bullshit here. Maybe Friday, Monday next week, we start with this here. Let's see. Let's look. Is the RSI saying something? Yeah. Perfectly in bounce level. Looks good. Okay. Bed Bath and Beyond. Here the bullish chart for Bed Bath and Beyond. We are right now for the bullish tracking in higher low. And what did we do today? Yeah. So the higher low is finished in a V&A. And right now we are still doing the little tiny higher low, which maybe we're already finished with this pullback today. Or, I mean, let's look. Is that a perfect breakout retest? Yeah. It could be a perfect breakout retest. The only alt for not being bearish would be for me, this is your higher low, your tiny one. And this is your A. This is your B. And this is your C. In that case, low high, midpoint T. In that case, your pullback target would be 568 for a small V&A. And then the same. If you break under this again, well, then we can come up with our alternative again, and that would mean that this is our was our T, not A, or high or low, and we still have to come down here. Let's see. I'm still leaning more to the bullish way. Okay, Unity. This little okay, so to make this transparent and absolutely clear, my main tracking was this was A, this was C, little c, and we're in the A pullback. And we were not allowed to break this line here. We did today. So for this main tracking, my main tracking, wrong. There is no because of volume and blah. No. Wrong. So I looked over it completely again. And the only way now I have it is, well, this was little b. And if we take the 0.5 from the A, B to this, that's very possible. So in that case, we're still looking for our big A and small c somewhere in this range. And then we're doing the pullback, but then we have to do still a new fib. So wherever our peak here is, 0.5 from this. But 1 second, yeah, with fib. Yeah. So let's say our A peak is at 61. Our pullback target is 627. But right now, we're still looking for our C. That's the only way I could see it right now. Just for confirmation targets, if we break this line here, I really have to redo it completely. We shouldn't break over this. So let's see what the next weeks are bringing. NIO. So here our bullish chart for NIO. As always, we are already did big A, B. We are right now on the way to big C. And for what we have done today, yeah. So, stage of ways. Here's our 0.5. Is that still right? Yeah. So you have a chance to bounce here. You will do a high low, and then you go. Next target is 16. If you break under this again, and I think we will, then it's the V&A high low, and then you go. But you shouldn't do something like this anymore. So if we want to see V under A, then we should quite quick go down, but there's not something like this. For RSI, how are we looking? 1 hour. Yeah. It's already looking bad. So, and why do I think that? Just because in 2020 we did the same. V, high, low, A, head and shoulders, V and A. Here the same. V, high, low, A, head and shoulders, V and A. So nothing really changed. Still think we are here. It just takes its time. Okay. Open didn't really change today. Plug neither. Fuse didn't do anything. BLNK. Here is our BLNK chart, and we are too small. So here's our BLNK chart. This is what we are expecting for the future. Let's look what we did today. Yeah. I think so. It's the same like NIO. V, high, low, A, B, C, big A pullback. The only thing is the 0.5 right now. This is gone. Yeah. So for BLNK, it wasn't the 0.5. That's also the reason why I don't think it's for NIO. But this 0.5 is dead right now. And our V and A is only 11 cents away. So I really think we have to come down here, doing a high low, and then we blast off. Our target for B is 26, and for looking, we are only doing this bullshit right now. This would be the next move. So looks good. Yeah. AI. I already had some people who were very bullish today. I have to say, I could be wrong, but if you break 70.44, perfect. Upside. Next target is 30. Otherwise, I compare this move here to this, and I think we are still in this candle here. Not in this way, because this is symmetry play, so you read it from right to left and not left to right. So we would be right here, and we have still to do this. Just for symmetry play, where you take this bars patterns here and flip it, and it would look like this. But you see, that's my problem right now. You would be in this. Let's make that a little bit better. Yeah, something like this, I would expect. And for my tracking, you still have to do a high low, and you didn't. You still have to do a high low. So let's see. It looks perfectly fine for, I would imagine, next year. But for the short term, I would wait. Okay. Grab didn't do anything. Sour didn't do anything. GNS. Here is our bullish chart for GNS. And the same like NIO, the same like Fuser, the same like BLNK. We are in a pullback. So let's look. So for the bullish version, this is A. This whole thing is A. Or higher low. But in my opinion, this is A, because this is high low. And for A, we already finished. We have our LM, T, V under A. And right now we're doing the tiny higher low. And in my opinion, this tiny higher low is finished. And especially with this move today. Because you look, we came under our A bottom. We beat out of it. We broke out of it. So for this, for a higher low, this thing is pretty high. The only thing I could imagine is that we're doing a breaker tree test and then we go, or we just go. But nothing here right now tells me, first of all, that this isn't the absolute low we get, or that we still have to do any one. That this thing looks fantastic right now. Okay. FFAI. Here our bull chart for FFAI. And also FFAI, the only thing it has to do is finishing its higher low. And yeah, it didn't really do anything today. This could be already a tiny little higher low. And it's just waiting for something. As I always say, everything over 143 is bullish. Everything over 169 is confirmation. But I don't think we will see this. I just don't think. One last thing. GME. One little warning. Just saying, I hate the tracking on this stock because even HYMC is easier to track this. But for GME, we're only tracking this last gap up here. And because tomorrow are earnings, you have here V, only for this one, okay? You have your A, your B, your C. Here is your lower high. Here is your midpoint. And I get behind it that this could be your T, and this could be, so for the bullish version, this would be your V. Somewhere in here is your higher low. This could be already A, but even with this, you would get a pullback. And your pullback target would be 21. Still, it doesn't matter if you're bullish or bearish, this would be a pullback target. Then you can break this trend line and then you can squeeze if you want. For the bear version, even worse. Because for the bear version, this, what is your T? And we may be going up before earnings tomorrow. As long as we don't break this trend line, this is your T. After that, you still have to drop under this here. Just saying. And GME is quite famous for knifing on earnings. Doesn't matter what they are saying. You have here green earnings, knife. You have here green earnings, knife. You have here green earnings, knife. You have here red earnings, knife. Was that a knife? Yeah, green earnings, knife. Just saying, careful. Because when I look at HYMC right now, I have to say this could be higher low. Yeah, there is a possibility. Let's see. For GME, careful. Okay. So, as always, if you have questions, you can write it in the comments. If you have wishes for other stocks, the same. And if you liked it, give me a like. Let's see if we get the boring market tomorrow or we see something. See ya.